Hello, and thank you for visiting Graphene Business Law. My name is Pam Matani, and I'm the founder and principal lawyer here at Graphene. We service primarily entrepreneurs and small business owners, and we're able to serve you all across Ontario and do so virtually from the comfort of your own home or wherever you'd like. If you're new to our YouTube channel, feel free to click on the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up. With the holidays amongst us, today's video will be discussing promotional contests, what you need to know in order to run a promotional contest as a small business owner. So if you're interested in learning more about that, how to the big picture as to ensure that what you're doing is legally compliant, and also general sense business tips, if you will, and ideas as to why running a contest is a good idea, keep on watching. Now, contests, you might hear about them in bigger schemes, if you will. You might have heard of really big companies running contests. Hotel chains will run, contests for a trip around the world. Some corporations will run contests for shopping sprees of thousands and thousands of dollars. But contests can be really beneficial for small business owners as well, such as yourself. You don't need to run a contest for something that's super expensive. You don't need to run a contest for something that's, even luxurious. Whatever you're in the business of, somebody's going to be interested in that. And with the holidays among us and the spirit of giving, and you might be excited to grow your customer base, and somebody else will always be excited to get something of value, let alone get something of value for free. It's generally a good time of year and can be a good idea at any time of year to run a contest. Now, I'm looking at my notes. That's why you see me looking down. I want to make sure I get all the information across. Some benefits of running a contest for a small business can include, of course, driving customer engagement. If you're running a contest in person, it's more likely that word of mouth about your business will spread if you're giving something of value away for free or even at a discount, whatever the case may be. If you're running a contest on social media, of course, one of the main things we see is, tag a friend or comment what you would do if you won, something like that. So that's inherently going to drive customer engagement. And just in general, running contests can help you reach a wider audience, which is always a good idea for your business. Another reason running a contest can be beneficial is it's an opportunity to, in today's tech and data world, to gather data. If you're running a contest, you will likely be asking for email addresses, for phone numbers, right? And think about it, you kind of have to, because that person that wins your contest, how are you going to let them know they won? You have to communicate with them somehow. And in that sense, you're harvesting very valuable data through, again, a way that the customer might be more open to sharing that data with you, because you're kind of mentioning that there's a chance of winning something at the end of the day. There's something in it for them. And, again, from a business sense, the more value you're offering, the more open you are about what the contest is, the more clear the details are, people might be even more prone to share information with you, and that information can prove really valuable if we're converting it to phone lists and email lists and social media accounts and all of that. Another reason that running a contest can be beneficial for you, and this ties directly to the first reason of driving customer engagement. If enough people know about your business, there's going to come a day where they're marketing the business for you, right? Whatever, if you run a salon and you're giving a free haircut, if you run a website building company and you're giving a promotion for, a free website or 50% off on a custom website, furniture store, whatever you do, the more people are hearing about you, and of course, if they're hearing good things, and running a contest and being generous with that contest should be a very good thing that your customers are hearing about, they're going to tell other people. And even those people that don't win that contest, some sort of attachment is created there when they're sharing all this personal information with you, and they're coming through the door for something at a discounted price, or, for the idea that something could be free through this contest. They're going to be more likely to remember you next time they're looking for something that you happen to sell. And And in remembering you next time, of course, that translates, that's less marketing you had to do because this person already has you on their mind. And all of these strategies, like I mentioned, with the holidays, and still, I think we're seeing a big trend of, fans of supporting local in the community. So if you're a small business in wherever your community is, it can be a really good time this time of year to get word of mouth out there, and through whatever you offer. Okay. Now, what we've just talked about, of course, was business tips and just common sense, background information as to why running a contest is a good idea. Of course, as with anything you're doing in business, when you sign up with a new partner, a new vendor, when you bring on a new employee, there are inherently legalities involved, okay? So running a contest, even from the best intentioned, small business owner, there's still rules and regulations and laws we have to follow. We need to run contests that are legally compliant, and contests that, won't sort of turn this awesome undertaking or venture you're on of giving something away or offering something at a discounted price into something that can get you in trouble, right? So we have to move past the excitement into acting in a way that's adherent and won't backfire on you. Not to say that, the laws around contests are scary or anything, but there's laws. And while this video can't constitute legal advice, and doesn't constitute legal advice, some of the big picture legal ideas to keep in mind in running a contest, and I'm just scrolling up on my notes here, in running a contest. First of all, there's a sort of controversial point in Canada as to whether a purchase needs to be made or not, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But now I want to work through the big picture of information that should be clear from you as the person running a contest for your business. Whether you're an owner or the manager of a business that had this awesome idea, there's things to keep in mind. First of all, and before I start the list even, I'll give the disclaimer. These things shouldn't be looked at, or these points to keep in mind, you'll see as I speak through them, they shouldn't be looked at as like this burdensome chore. These points are there to protect you as a business owner or as an entrepreneur. They're there to help you as well. And you should genuinely want to know what these points are about and the information we're talking about. For example, the first point that the Competition Bureau of Canada discusses is the number and value of prices. I mean, as a business owner, at the end of the day, despite your passions and everything, you can't pay your bills with passion. You have to have an idea as to your bottom line and finances of your business. And how are you going to do that if you don't know how valuable of a price you're giving away and how many of these prices you're giving away? So some of these points go without saying, but legally speaking, people are coming from different backgrounds, and we need to put everybody on the same page through materials such as the ones that the Competition Bureau of Canada has provided. So again, you're gonna want to be transparent, and you're going to, have to be transparent about the number and the value of prizes that are up for grabs with your contest. Like I mentioned, kind of a point that goes without saying, especially for your interests. Second, you're going to want to talk about any regional allocation of prices. And let me scroll up here. That one, again, it's in the name, right? Like prices can sometimes be allocated based on the region you're talking about. So, in Canada, we could be dealing with different jurisdictions, different provinces, whatever the case may be. Although you're a business in Ontario, you might have like a federal foothold. So those details, again, that's where it's beneficial to talk to a lawyer. And here at Graphene Business Law, as our name indicates, we can really help your small business ensure it's legally compliant and legally adherent with anything, including running a successful contest. So the regional allocation, may or may not apply to every single person, depending on what kind of regions we have in mind. If it's different provinces and you only do business in Ontario, might not be the case for you. If it's, Ontario, maybe you were talking Southwest, maybe we're talking like Toronto, maybe the capital, Ottawa, capital Canada, Ottawa. So there can be different regions involved, and again, that's something for you to reflect on. All of these are points for you to reflect on. Another point is the skill testing question that's required. So, you know, some contests do have skill testing questions. It can be something as simple as, if you've entered an online contest, you'll see like a I'm not a robot box, and it's like, what's 3 + 5? But these are things you need to think about. Are you know, what does this look like for you in your contest? Another point is details as to the chances of winning should be transparent. So if you are aware as a business owner as to the chances of winning that there are, I'm just scrolling up here again. If it's within the knowledge, if it's within your knowledge as the advertiser, as the person running this contest, what the chances of winning are, that information should be disclosed. And, you know, I was going to say there's no reason to keep it secret. I understand that if, you know, if the chance of winning is 1 in, you know, 8.2 billion, like, you know, it's not maybe the most glamorous chance of winning, right? If the chance of winning is 1 person on earth. But that doesn't mean that it shouldn't be disclosed. And also, when we're talking about chances of winning, if you're giving away 1 prize, I mean, kind of inherently it's 1 person on earth that's going to win the prize. But that's not the calculation we're talking about. You know, we're talking about, you have an idea as to how many, you know, little entry tickets you'll give away, or how many comments you'll cap off a post on, or how much engagement, you know, your business usually gets on social media, or how many customers usually walk through the door. So you should have some rough idea as to what the concrete chances of winning are for this contest for your business, right? It's not, we're not talking about 1 in 8 billion here, okay? Again, you know, consult a lawyer. These are big picture things you need to keep in mind, and the benefit to you watching this video is when you do consult a lawyer, you know what to talk about. You'll be able to cut to the substance much more quickly. So there's still a lot of benefit in you watching this, but in no way am I saying watch this video, close your laptop, and, you know, run. Like, go get yourself, go run the best contest ever. These things, you know, these things take work to do well. Obviously, your business took a lot of work to set up well. And now that you're running a contest and there's going to be more eyes on you, you should want to have your business show in the best light possible. And I'm sure you do. Another piece of information that's important is the closing date of the contest, right? So you might have seen on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, you know, contest open until, right now it's like mid-November, contest open until November 30th, 2022. People need to know, because you don't want misinformation, you don't want confusion, you don't want, you know, what's the point of entering a contest that never closed, or maybe it closed but nobody knows it closed. Why so much confusion? Pick a date, stick to it. And this last point is kind of an umbrella, general umbrella. It's any other fact known to you as the person creating the contest and advertising it that may materially affect the chances of winning. Okay, so we've talked at the beginning of the video about, you know, genuine benefits to running a contest. It's something I think is a really good idea. And we've now talked about information to keep in mind when running a contest. And there's one kind of background piece that goes around and around and around in Canada, and that's the purchase requirement, okay? And I mentioned at the beginning, running a contest isn't a scary thing, and it shouldn't be a scary thing. But when we talk about purchase requirements, there's the Competition Act in Canada, and there's even criminal code undertakings, okay? And I know that sounds scary when I say criminal code. You know, maybe you're having images of jail and you're like, no contest is worth this, I don't want to slip up and mess up. But all of these things can be worked through. Anything can be worked through, okay? Especially, you know, when we're talking now about something that there's lawyers to advise you on, there's measures you can take, there's things you can do. It's not, you're not going to miss a target that you don't know is there. If you go to the right professionals, and again, in Graphene Business Law, we can help you with this. If you go to the right professionals, you should be able to get yourself to a place where you feel safe and comfortable running this contest, amongst other business things. Now, so there's a bit in the criminal code that um, prohibits a requirement that participants pay money or provide valuable consideration in order to participate in the contest. And then there's the Competition Act. There's a section under there, 74.06, that does not directly prohibit a requirement that participants pay money or provide other valuable consideration in order to participate in a contest. And I'm reading now from the Competition Bureau. It says, however, when a purchase is necessary in order to participate, this fact should be prominently disclosed in order to give the commissioner, to avoid giving the commissioner reason to initiate an inquiry. It's recognized, it goes on to say, that purchase requirements often appear in conjunction with contests of mixed chance and skill. So, and again, where no purchase is necessary, this fact should also be prominently disclosed. So if you remember just a few minutes ago, we were going through that list of, number of prizes and closing date and regional allocation and all that. And sort of a catch-all phrase at the end was any other fact known to the advertiser that affects the chance of winning. So this information about purchase required or not, it would fall under something like that. And again, it seems that there is a possibility for purchase to be required for a contest. You need to disclose it. You need to be very clear about it. And it also seems that there's a possibility that no purchase is required. And I think this one is a funny one if you're not a lawyer. I remember before I was a lawyer, you might even enter a contest that you don't even know what's going on by buying a box of cereal or by buying a candy bar, and on the back there's like contest instructions, and then it says no purchase necessary. And you're like, well, I have this, Mars bar in my hand. It's in my hand because I bought it, and yet no purchase is necessary. Like, how does that work? Well, there's, a lot of background work that goes into making these legalities flow. And whichever direction you want to go, there's a way to make that flow as well. So I'll leave the video there. The holidays is an awesome time of year. It's my favorite time of year, winter holidays. And, here at Graphene, we are here to help you, even during the holidays. We're here to help you, virtually from anywhere in Ontario. And we are well versed with relevant laws, including, contest and competition laws. And, we're here to help you make the most of your business. And as pertains to running a contest, I, as a customer myself, I think it can be a really fun thing to do. And as a business person, not even with the hat of a lawyer on, but with the hat of a business person on, I've seen contests, bring some really good attention to brands, including, of course, small business. And if anything, benefit them the most. If Coca-Cola runs a competition, I mean, that's awesome. Chances are it could be a really good prize, but we kind of know who they are already, and smaller businesses can benefit a lot more from awareness and exposure than literally some of the biggest brands on earth. So I'll leave it at that. You think about, the kind of contest you want to run, if any, weigh the pros and cons, and when you're ready to implement or, put into action that contest, please do seek legal advice. And again, we're here to help. You can find our website, graphenebusinesslaw.ca, and email us anytime, info@graphenebusinesslaw.ca, and that information is all in the description box. So thank you for watching.